Hello everyone, and welcome to the Lost Levels podcast. I'm SpiderStaryu, and I'm going to be your host today for this bodacious, juicy podcast. Yes, this is podcast number 176. Oh my god. Giant number. Really quickly, today we're going to be talking about pretty much, updates when it comes to Nintendo games. Like, Super Smash Bros. Wii U. There's been an update. We got new stages, new changes for characters, and a tournament mode. And also, some new things have been introduced in Splatoon.
Hi.
So we're going to be talking about that stuff today. But before we get started, first, let's introduce our members. We have the ever bodacious. I don't know if this is the right word to describe Soul, but, Soul is still very bodacious. It's Soul. Yeah, I said his name. Soul.
Scallops.
Oh, my God. And returning from his trip to Poland, we have...
Invasion.
We have... Yeah, Poland invasion. We have the administrator of MPL, SuperZambezi. Oh my gosh! Cruising in the world. Oh my goodness. Esty, I love you so much. Yes.
Yes, I am back.
Yeah, you was cruising the world.
Yes, I was.
Oh, that was so perfect. I love it. Oh my god, whoa.
On the plane. I was like, oh, this makes so much sense.
Ezzy went to Poland just for that.
You have to literally just if you're watching this on YouTube, literally just give this a thumbs up just for that. Good job, Ezzy.
Yes.
Good job. Wow. Oh my god, I would never have thought of that. Whew. I'm being serious. I'm not being sarcastic. I really wouldn't have thought of that. Alright, so before we get into the topic, really quickly, I gotta mention this. Alright, we don't have a guest with us this week, but, we are still looking for a new Lost Level. So if you want to sign up and be part of the Lost Levels podcast and be a Lost Level yourself, here are the 4 things you need to do. Number 1, you need to have a Skype account. Number 2, you have to have Audacity and the Lame Encoder MP3, so you can save your files as an MP3 file, right?
Please have these and make sure it works before you even sign up. If you can export your, go on Audacity, click File, Export as MP3, and if you can get an MP3 file, you're covered.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Please.
Very, very, very important, alright? That's something to play around with. You really gotta have that, alright? So make sure you come prepared. Number 3, make sure you have free time on Saturdays, alright, because that's when we do our podcast. And number 4, make sure you have a decent microphone, alright? We want to be able to hear you. We want to be able to understand you. We don't want to hear, none of this. We don't want to hear, let me literally change my mic so I can do this. We don't want to hear you being loud like this, or being, sounding like this, be like, hi guys, my name is, Jeremy, and I can't wait to sign up for the podcast. None of that, alright? No, don't sound loud like that or low like that. Right? That's not acceptable, okay?
I think what would be best is record yourself talking and listen to yourself, and if you're too quiet, just because maybe you're a quiet person, just get closer to your mic or speak louder. But if it's a mic issue, you either want to get a new microphone, or some computers have built-in microphones that are somewhat decent. It would just be a little hard because you could have people around you be picked up on your microphone. So just take that into consideration before you sign up. Because, it'd be a trouble for both you and us for the podcast. So just be very careful on the microphone you have and how you sound.
Also, make sure it's decent quality, because if... shade alert. If I have to bring up the volume to 90% to try and hear you, and I still can't hear you
SZ.
because it's muffled, that's not gonna work. It has to be
Yes.
good quality.
Yeah, just what you could do is just like what Soul said. Go on Audacity and hear yourself. Does that sound pleasant in your ear? Can you hear yourself all right? Because if you can't, then that's something you got to get fixed, or you don't get a new microphone. That's all. All right, don't be scared. All right, we don't bite. All right, okay. Boo and SC, they bite a little bit. They bite a little bit. But
This is true.
me and Soul, we just nibble at most. All right, so we're not gonna be rambunctious or anything like that. So just come on, go ahead and sign up. All right, you'll have loads and loads of fun. And if you hear Super Mario 64 in the background, it's because my brother's playing Super Mario 64. Okay, anyway, let's really get into today's podcast. Yes, Nintendo updates. So first off, we're gonna mention Super Smash Bros. Yes, Super Smash Bros. Has received an update. What? Okay, so yes, we got 2 new stages, really bodacious stages. We have Peach's Castle from Smash Bros. 64.
A stage I hate.
Yeah, he hates it. And we have Hyrule Castle
A stage I don't get.
from Smash Bros. 64 as well. So 2 stages from Super Smash Bros. 64 have returned.
I want Planet Z.
They changed like a little bit, like in design. The textures are obviously better.
Yes.
And for Peach's Castle, there's a lot more stuff you can grab. The bottom platform and the moving platform at the bottom.
Is the bumper still annoying?
The bump, it's smaller, but it is still very annoying. So
Have you seen
love
their
the
Omega stage looks? Do they look nice?
say it again.
The Omega versions? Do they look
Yeah,
nice?
they look nice.
Yes, they do.
They look nice.
Okay. Yeah, I for the listeners, I have not been playing it because I've been playing something else, which we will cover later. But-
Mhm.
So this is I've seen like little bits and pieces of it, but nothing major. Because this Smash one mainly added. I guess the biggest things were the stages and something else, but they look. I don't like either stage in particular. Hyrule Castle's okay, but I definitely do not. I'm not a fan of Peach's Castle. I like Planet Zebes, so it's whatever.
You want Planet Zebus?
I say Zebes.
Zebes? Oh.
But whatever. Yeah, I like that stage. I mean, it's, of course, I don't really play... Now that we have Omega versions, more than likely I'll just be playing on that one. Or on the Omega version of either stage, but,
I mean, for me, the stages I think are very, very bodacious. I know my friend, the ever bodacious Dark Boo. He's not liking these stages. He gets so mad when these stages get picked. But I don't know. I love them, and I maybe it's because I grew up with Smash Bros. 64. So seeing them in this game and also improved because you can now grab the ledge and grabbing ledges aren't stupid like they were in the first Smash game. Oh my god, grabbing ledges were so stupid in that game. And there's literally in Peach's Castle, there is no grabbable ledge on that stage. There literally is not a grabbable ledge
In the
at
old
all.
one, right?
In the old one, yes. In the new one, there's all sorts of grabbable ledges.
that might help me like it more, but even I never liked its weird asymmetrical design. Where it was like it was almost like making a hill.
Yeah, but it's based off Super Mario 64. But anyway, what else do you guys think about it?
I really, really like them. And it's not because you were saying maybe it's because you played them in the past. I played them too, but I never owned the game and I never really got attached to them, I guess. But I love stages when they add a new stage. I love it when it adds some kind of new element that you can't find on another stage. So like with this, with Peach's Castle, you have the bumper. And I love going under the bumper and grabbing someone and throwing them up in the air. Just go
SZ
bam.
is what we call.
You already know who we did that to, right?
Oh,
And the other thing on that stage, if you're on the moving platform and you launch someone, they'll hit that like triangle thing.
SZ, why are you supporting?
Oh,
all
you mean
this
the
chaos?
ramp in the
Yeah,
air?
the ramp. They'll hit the bottom and they'll shoot down
I hate you, SZ.
into the abyss.
I'm really
The
glad I'm not
abyss,
playing that.
yes, abyss.
I'm glad I'm not playing this Peach's Castle with SZ. 'cause I
That's
feel like this is something he'll enjoy.
that's really good about that stage. But then with the
Hyrule Castle.
yeah, with Hyrule Castle, you have the
Oh,
tornado
that's somebody against this.
where they just launch straight up and
I like throwing people against the little spire.
the spire.
Like when there's the little tower.
Oh yeah. To the right.
Yeah.
I remember I don't know who it was. I think it was like SC or Boo. One of them said it was a chimney. I'm like, that's not a chimney. I'm like, that's not a chimney.
It's a spire, a tower, a turret, whatever phrase you'd like to use. A chimney.
Well,
there's no smoke coming out of it. How is it a chimney?
It doesn't look like a chimney either.
Oh my god.
It was just me and him fighting, and I think I grabbed him or something, and I threw him up, and he like got kind of stuck at the top of it. Not stuck, but he kind of went through it a little bit, and well, then he died. So he got mad at the chimney.
That chimney. I say it's not a chimney.
Well, that's what he called it, so I'm just going with it.
But no, we didn't get just stages, guys. We got changes to our favorite characters. So many characters have received. Okay, so many characters have received buffs and nerfs. If you don't know what either of those things are, let me quickly explain. Buffs are, improvements. Nerfs are basically, how do I explain this? Nerfs are basically like, it got worse. They think of it that way.
It's not like they're bad or anything. But
it's just their move. The move itself got, not as good as it used to be. Like, here's a good example: Sheik's forward air.
Yeah.
Aerial forward. Her forward aerial got worse.
It's now in power or time.
In power.
Dang.
It's the sour spot, which, oh my god, I gotta explain so many things because I'm sure most of you don't know what these terms mean. The sour spot means it doesn't do a lot of damage. The sweet spot means it'll do the most damage. So the sweet spot was usually like this giant thing when Sheik would use the forward. It wasn't a spike. It was just when Sheik would use that move. It was the whole move was like literally the sweet spot. But now the whole move is literally the sour spot, which it does less damage, and the sweet spot's like at the very tip. So pretty much it turned into like Marth. The only way to do a lot of damage is the tip.
I hate that forward air because people do they'll just jump and then they'll do that thing where they basically jump, move forward, use the forward aerial, jump, move forward, forward aerial.
My thing is though that's not fair because Sheik has been receiving so many nerfs. Like every update, they're always nerfing her.
Even still, she's been getting all these nerfs. She's still been at the top or relatively at the top. It's not like I've heard people complain. I'm like, but she's still amazing.
Yeah, but her kill moves are slowly going away. So.
Yeah, I've noticed that her smash attacks still aren't that good. Now it's mainly her. I guess her up smash can kill, but it's mainly her side smash that's her kill move for smash attacks.
It's ridiculous, but so many characters have changed. We're gonna mention a few more, but if you want to see the whole list, I'll put a link in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on MPL, if you're watching this on iTunes, just try to look on Smashboards and you'll find it. Don't worry. But yeah, some of the characters that I use have received improvements, like especially Wii Fit Trainer. Yeah. Wii Fit Trainer has received lots of boosts. I say his because I use the boy, girls, whatever, same thing. His Sun Salutation, now instead of healing 1%, it heals 2%. When you get a fully charged Sun Salutation. Good. Yeah, right? The side special now has less lag with it, like less landing lag. Forward smash, the hitboxes have increased, so it's going to be easier to attack. Same for the up smash and down smash. Down smash power is increased. Neutral air, forward air, back air, up air all have received, increases on the hitbox, and everything's just been boosted with Wii Fit Trainer. Especially one thing, Wii Fit Trainer has improved with his grab. His grab is now lowered so that he can grab people like Jigglypuff, Kirby, Pikachu, Olimar, all those small characters who get away with Wii Fit Trainer's grab being like up in the air, which is like ridiculous. So now the grab is lowered, so these characters will be grabbed. So no excuses, none of this nonsense with being like small or anything like that. I'm glad they fixed it because Wii Fit Trainer was really like a really lackluster character, even though I still used him because I always thought he was awesome. He was still a really lackluster character, so they definitely buffed him up really good. So hopefully people start using him and things like that. Well, what are some characters that you guys use that have received buffs or nerfs?
Lucas.
Oh, what did Lucas receive?
Lucas got a lot of buffs. His forward tilt, which was already a really good move because it was I don't think it was a kill move, but it was one of those moves that had really high launch capability. Its sweet spot's been increased, the hitbox, so that's amazing. His forward tilt is probably the least used, and I like using it, but it's really difficult because especially for me, because I'm really bad at using forward tilts. A lot of times I just accidentally do a dash attack. But I think that's one of his bigger one. What else? I think his down tilt. There's a whole bunch of terms I don't understand, but I think it's been slightly increased just in skill, which is okay because similar to Ness, a lot of people used like a couple down tilts and then use his jab combo, which is handy. I do it a lot. And then his what else? PK Thunder got hitbox increase, which PK Thunder his is not as good as Ness's. His does continuous damage while Ness does a single blow, but both of them are kill moves. It's just Lucas's isn't as powerful or in launch capability, but its hitbox has been increased, which I'm happy for. And then Kirby got slightly nerfed, but I mean
Kirby got nerfed. What?
Slightly. It's just his forward throw.
His forward throw, so you can do combos now. They did that for Robin as well. They reduced the damage and the knockback, so you can do combos.
Not knockback with his. It's just his damage.
Oh, well, doing less damage will generally mean that it'll be easier to combo. So.
I'm really bad with combos, so that might not be good for me. But I don't know.
But they definitely did improve. They did improve Kirby a bit. Little Mac, I know his Jolt Haymaker. I don't know what the hell that is. I think it's his side special, right?
Yeah.
His side special has received, a little bit of a nerf, which I'm glad for. Cause Little Mac, no shade. Let me just clock the tea right now because this is a Smash Brothers podcast, so I can talk about whatever or section. Yeah. Okay, Little Mac is a cheap character that I cannot stand. If you're playing with someone who knows how to, if you are playing with someone who knows how to use Little Mac, you're going to receive all sorts of headaches because it's really almost impossible to damage him because if you're playing with someone who knows him perfectly, it's going to be very freaking hard to do any sort of damage to him.
I have not heard that many complaints about Little Mac.
Well, why is that? Why is
because Little Mac has very few... Because I know you're not going to understand.
A lot of his moves are powerful.
A lot of his moves are powerful, have great knockback, and also they have very little lag. So it is very little time to punish it. You'd have to literally predict what he would do next to punish him. Very little lag for most of his moves.
Unless you have a person with high knockback capability, it's difficult to do.
Now, if you are able to be like Jigglypuff or whatever and just get him off stage, then yeah, he's useless. But the problem is, can you get him off stage? Because if you can't get him off stage, this whole Little Mac isn't that good, so I don't know what you're talking about. That goes out the window because if you can't even get him off stage, he's literally just going to reign supreme and you won't be able to do any damage to him. So, I don't like...
I've had that trouble too. And he also has super armor, so most projectiles don't do much.
Exactly. So, for me, I don't like versing Little Mac because I feel like I just have to literally adjust my playstyle so much just to play with him. And that's so annoying. I don't know. I'm not saying Little Mac should be completely nerfed or whatever. I'm just saying when I verse Little Mac, if I'm up for glory, I see a Little Mac, I'll stay for one match and I'll leave. It doesn't matter if I lose or whatever because I really don't want to bother because it just annoys me so much.
Huh.
So for you guys listening, keep that in mind. Pick Little Mac and you'll probably get the better of it. Maybe, not for sure. Maybe.
Okay, I have a question, because I'm looking at Mega Man, and it says Leaf Shield, which is a useless move, by the way.
It's not that good. It's mainly only good if you're trying to space people out of far.
It says that the end frame on the shield was reduced from 59 to 53 frames. Okay, and
Basically, the protection means it lasts a little less.
So it
how
got
much
worse.
Of a difference? Because some of these are 2 frames lower.
You might not notice.
How much of a difference is that?
If you're not really a professional player, and I'm not either, but it probably isn't really noticeable.
You wouldn't notice it.
Because I assume they're basing it off 60 frames per second, and if you lose 2 frames, I mean, that's...
Most of the time when it shows that the frames got less, that means that it improved. But for things like this, that means it got worse. I can't really tell you for sure because I'm not really a Mega Man user. You'd have to literally talk to someone who's using Mega Man, and maybe it is an improvement. I don't know. But
I haven't used Mega Man in forever.
What I do know, most of the time when it says that the frame is reduced, that means that it increased, less lag. That means that it's better, so you're not going to be punished as easily. Because frames, if you're like my friend Timmy, If you're like my friend Timmy, he gets down to the nitty gritty when it comes to frames, when it comes to Smash Bros. He's really technical. So if people know who are more into the scene of Smash Bros., they know a frame can literally mean a difference between you winning or whatever. So.
Wow. Okay, next question for Dr. Mario. It says, up smash growth increased 108 to 117. What does that mean?
I think it means as higher height.
Say it one more time, please.
Growth increased 108 to 117.
For what character?
Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario. He's up smash.
That means it
Yes.
improved.
What does that actually mean? Like, he gets more damage, or he flies higher, you said? Maybe?
His up smash is the little headbutt, right? He swings his head forward.
Either means it's a little higher now, or it covers more of his head, or it's something like that. All you need to know is it's improvement. That's
Okay,
all you
I
need
guess.
to know.
Yeah,
I
it
guess.
definitely did improve.
Well,
Is that all that's changed for him?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Like,
I also have to say that I'm very glad that Rosalina was not touched, because that poor Luma suffered in that last
yeah.
update.
I can't use Rosalina and Luma that much anymore because I can't. The Luma always dies. Always dies. It's a consistent mess.
yeah, but Rosalina's cheap with the Luma.
Yeah, she's still. There's some people who can like edge guard with her so easily. It like scares me. They're extremely good with it. I saw this one thing on some tournament that I don't really care for, but they basically they got the Luma right below the ledge, so you couldn't recover because you just keep getting hit with Luma and your recovery would cancel. And he was using Fox, so it didn't matter. It was just hit, and then he'd fall to his death.
Okay, I have another question. I have a lot of questions on this. How do people
Go ahead.
notice these things? How do they know that 2 frames would change?
They
Yeah, like, one of
test
them-
it. They like literally they'll go on training mode, and they'll go like on the slowest speed possible, and have one version not updated and one version updated, and they'll just test it and see how fast it is,
Oh,
and compare.
okay.
Some of them
They'll
was,
compare
like-
the footage. So
What was it? If you look at Yoshi's, they have like even the angle was slightly. It goes back aerial. His angle was altered from 365 to 366. To me, that's like, what? How did they do that?
yeah.
It's magic.
Go ahead, SC. Ask as many questions as you want.
I had another one, and I just...
Oh my god!
As he always forgets things.
Get it back! Come on, think.
Okay,
Think.
I don't know, I think... I mean, I just... There's a lot of things I don't know. Like, it says, aerial hitbox 2.2U? U?
For who?
Like, Luigi, for example.
Uh,
I don't know. It's just... A lot of these things
It's-
don't mean anything to me.
People probably listening to the podcast are also confused, but
Yeah, I have no idea what competitive scene is, or like for any of the stuff from the competitive scene half the time. It always confuses me. I just have to hear people say it in like actual English instead of all this weird terminology.
I wish I could be more specific with you guys because I know most Smash terms, but I'm just trying to be a little bit careful because I don't know. For these terms that they're using, like growth, I don't know exactly what they mean. Like, I have an idea what they mean. I know it means that it's better, but I don't know exactly what it means. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
I'm
know.
not necessarily sure what's being improved.
Yeah, so I don't want to say it, and then like you guys will like think, people listening will think like, oh, it means this, and then it actually doesn't. So, you could just look it up, go on places like Smash Bros and ask people, because or just if you have a person who knows like competitive Smash, ask them, and they'll most likely know. Or you can ask Timmy, because
Ask
Timmy will
yeah.
know. Timmy will know. I'll get. You know what? Post your comments below on YouTube or whatever, and I'll have Timmy answer. Timmy will know. Timmy will have no
Timmy
problem
will answer.
answering. All right, so I think we're pretty much done with this, unless you guys have anything else to say. But pretty much a lot of characters have changed. They've gotten buffs. Some very, very few characters have gotten nerfs. Mostly deserved for some characters like Luigi, because Luigi is annoying as hell. But no
hate
shade,
Luigi.
no shade to Luigi fans. Oh my God, there's a lot of people who like Luigi who listen to this
I hate
podcast.
playing
I'm sorry,
with-
Luigi is
against
great.
Riots.
I don't hate him as a character. I hate playing against Luigi.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't
They're
hate.
good.
I don't hate Luigi as a character, but when it comes to Smash Brothers, Luigi is aggravating.
They are so good because that stupid forward aerial
Yeah, and his freaking tornado crap is so aggravating.
is so annoying.
Oh my God. All right, so apparently somehow I forgot. I don't know how, but there's also a new mode for online, and I think single player as well. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I mean, I bet you can make one in single player and have people come over. I don't know.
I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure on it yet, but I
think it's only online right now.
Okay, we're now online, but there's a tournament mode. Yes, you can have tournaments with random people, or I don't know if you can do it with friends yet, or whatever the case might be. But I know for random people, you can have it where the person who went for like an hour, the tournament's open, right, for an hour, and you play with other people, and the person who wins the most matches wins the tournament.
Oh, that's how it works. So if someone comes
wait, no.
Oh, sorry.
No,
continue.
No. You can have it like that, where the person who wins the most matches, like, a bunch of random free-for-alls, the person who wins the most matches wins, or whatever. Or you can have a regular tournament style where, it's like, 2 people or 4 people against each other, and the person who wins that match moves on. Like that, like a normal tournament. So they have it 2 ways, so you can do it whichever way you guys want, with stock or with time. And, you have a choice to make, Mii's available or no Mii's, or have items on, or have customs on, or not. So I think the tournaments are a really, really good idea. I think definitely I'm going to be playing tournaments a lot. Like, once this podcast is done, I'm probably going to go turn my Wii U on and start doing tournaments again.
Start the MPL Community Night Tournament? Yes.
But it's a lot of fun. You guys should definitely consider doing it. Soul, have you guys tried it?
Yes, and I feel so dumb in the menu because I'm always lost. I don't know what's going on half the time because there's like regular, there's search, and then there's recommended ones that those look like random people are making them, but then if you go to regular, it looks like official ones, but you're always waiting. And are those all the ones for the entire world? How does that work?
Oh my god, so many questions. I can't answer
I'm
them
not
all
done
once.
because then you have like community tournaments and Miiverse communities or something like that. I don't understand. And then when we have our community night set up for Tourney, and there's like 5 hours, and so wait 1 minute. I need to finish my questions.
Okay. But how are we going to answer all these questions at once?
I'm just
didn't
kidding.
remember anything.
Go ahead.
With the Miiverse thing, I think the community versus Miiverse community is, with regular community, you need a code, and Miiverse community, all you have to do is follow that Miiverse community, and then boom, you can get in their tournaments. At least I haven't done it. I haven't even seen this, but that's what I can assume.
A lot of it is laid out pretty basic. You want to do stock or time. Do you want Mii's available or not? Or
just click. If you're really confused, just click it and see where it takes you.
Yeah. Also with stock, you can add stock time. So like all matches need to last 3 minutes. And that's it. Or, you can have items on, items off, or only certain items on, like only Smash Balls, or, like only one item. There's so much you can do with it. A lot of it might be confusing at first, but you'll get it, SC. Like, you can have custom stages on or off. Oh god, that's gonna be so annoying with certain people's custom stages, no shade. And, have customization, like, just custom characters, like, more defensive, more offensive, or, there's so much customization with tournaments.
I guess my 2 main problems, because I understand, like, you can do stock, time, coin, you can do stamina, whatever you want, but I think my 2 problems are, number 1, I don't know how to join a friend, because last night, Yoshi Man, our special guest from a few weeks ago, Yoshi Man, asked me to join a tournament, and I missed it because I couldn't find it. And I went to search, I went to friends, I went to, like, it doesn't, if someone's online, it doesn't show up at the top. You have to, like, search your entire friends list for them, and then I click on there, and the tournament's not there, so I panic, and I look through every other menu, and I can't find anything.
The tournament probably started, that's why you couldn't join or couldn't find it.
Are there tournaments that you can join while ongoing? That's the other question. I don't understand the types of tournaments.
For regular tournaments where it's like, 2 people or 4 people and the person who wins moves on, like that, normal tournament style, you can't join, like, after or midway.
And
that's
one,
not possible.
You have to wait. Because I've done a few like that where I had to wait, like, 10 minutes. 15 minutes, actually.
Yeah, well, you gotta look at the time where it says to start. Like, some of them have it, like, it starts in 5 minutes. Like, really
They're
quick.
always full, though. That's the problem.
The ones I joined, they weren't full. Maybe I'm just lucky. But for that, and for the other tournament styles, some of it has like where it's like a tournament for like 2 hours, and you could join that midway. So think of that kind of like the communities for Mario Kart 8. Like think of it like that, like where it goes on for like 2 hours or whatever, and whoever wins like the most or whatever, they're at the top. Like think of it like Mario Kart 8.
That's the. I'm considering doing tournaments, but the problem is, it's just I haven't played Smash Brothers in a while, and I have to get back into it.
So please, I came back from Poland. I did not touch it for 3 weeks, and one of the very first things I did was play Smash Brothers. Please,
I haven't played in longer than that. I got bored of Smash Brothers.
That's a shame, but okay.
That's because I've been working on stuff and playing other games. Like I played Pokemon Alpha Sapphire in an entire week again, which was so fun.
Yes.
But I played Kid Icarus like the week before, and then I was working. And
working.
And then I had a busy month and a half or so as Z. Maybe not as busy as you because you were in another country.
Oh, well, excuse me.
There's another continent too. Damn.
Cruising the world.
Oh yes.
Oh, I don't have it up.
No, not right now. I'm not. I gotta be ready for that, SC. I gotta be ready to sing it. Because I wasn't ready. But for one thing, for tournaments, because I gotta mention this, because I mentioned this to Soul before, but I gotta mention this before we stop talking about tournaments. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, so I was doing a regular tournament. I gotta talk slower. I did a regular tournament. I did my defensive Wii Fit trainer, because my defensive Wii Fit trainer is literally the raid of Yoshi Man. That's all you gotta know. That's literally Yoshi Man's raid. Like, you don't know what raid is? Raid, like, gets rid of people who are bugs. Gets rid of roaches. So think of it that way. So it's basically a way to repel Yoshi Man. So that's why I do that.
Good.
So I was picking it for this tournament because it's a really good customization, and customs were on. So I was like, why not? So I was doing my custom Wii Fit trainer. I was going through the matches. I kept winning. Then I versed this person. I'm not going to say their name, but they're listening to this. Because I say on my Miiverse explanation that I do podcasts, and I say the name of the podcast. So if you're listening to this person who this may concern, no shade. A little bit of shade, no shade. But basically, I was versing this purple Yoshi, and I was my Wii Fit trainer, of course. So we were fighting, whatever the case might be. I was clocking T. I was just just all sorts of T. I was saluting the damn sun. All right, I was praising the sun. All right, I was just doing all sorts of things, right? So pretty much I get rid of one of his stocks, and then I get him to at least like 146 damage. And I wasn't able to kill him though. I got him to 146 damage, but the time ran out and I wasn't able to kill him. And I also had one stock, but I had 30% damage. Tell me how he won that match when I gave him more damage. I was the more aggressive one, and yet he still won that match. I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't know how they sorted out. Maybe there's another thing. Maybe it's about lasting. Who was able to last with all that damage, and that might be the reason. So I might as well try doing that as well.
He was trying to explain it to me before the podcast, and I couldn't think of one thing. And again, I haven't played it, but if he couldn't figure out a reason, I really couldn't see why he lost. It makes no sense, unfortunately. But it's his only tournament loss, according to him. So
I'm being serious. That's my only tournament loss so far. I have no... Okay, here's the thing about me, and some people might think I'm a sore loser, but when it comes to Smash Bros., I can be a bit of a sore loser if I lose to someone who I know I can beat. If I lose to someone who I beat on a regular basis, and I lose to them, I don't know, I'm just like, oh my god, because I know I can beat them. And when I lose to someone who I literally was beating the whole time, and then they move on, I just feel like that was just unjustified. I just feel like I was unjusted in a video game. And it's like, I'm not trying to make it seem like a big deal, but it's just like, I hope tournaments aren't like that, where you have to just literally last the longest. If you get the most damage, just last until the end by running away and doing cheat moves. Because if that's how it is, that's gonna suck for the regular tournaments. But I don't know. It's because there's no sudden death. In case you didn't know, there's no sudden death because they can't do sudden death and have it last like 3 minutes. No, none of that nonsense. But I don't know. I didn't like how I basically won, but then I lost. Like if I was gonna lose, let it be someone actually beat me. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose or whatever because they were able to run away the longest, and yeah, you weren't able to catch them, so they technically won. That's not okay with me. But yeah, that's pretty much it about tournaments. Like, tournaments are fun. Tournaments are great. I'm gonna be experimenting with tournaments more, so I'll understand them more. Because tournaments literally got released Thursday, or was it Friday?
Thursday
what would you
night.
say it was? Thursday night. Yeah. So all the stages, all the character buffs, and all the tournaments, they was released Thursday night. But I played it Friday night. So I don't know. That's just my experience. It doesn't mean that it sucks or whatever the case might be. But I just felt like I needed to clock the T on that.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. My first tournament loss was an unjust loss.
Go ahead.
Go on. You go ahead.
No,
I'm done.
please, go ahead.
I'm done, SC. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I played, I think, 3 tournaments, and I lost every single one in the first round.
Aww.
Because the people playing
Ezzy.
tournaments, they're
Let's all
freaking
pat
good.
Ezzy back.
Good.
They're really
Everyone's
good.
good on online now.
I did play, I think, an additional tournament where it was like a timed one where you just play battles, and I kicked some butt. So
Yes, kick
Thank
that
you.
butt. Just beat them.
Mm-hmm.
What character did you play as?
I probably one of the ones I usually play as: Rosalina, Mega Man, Dr. Mario. I've been doing better with Dr. Mario now. I've been doing worse with Mega Man recently.
Oh.
And I am doing good with Rosalina still. So, there you go. Oh, and Kirby. I've been getting good with Kirby.
Yeah, I like Kirby.
Which is
Kirby's a
good.
fun character.
Boo would be
play as.
proud.
Boo has a really good Kirby for the listeners at home.
Yo, real quick before we move on from Smash tournaments. Alright, this doesn't even involve Smash tournaments, but it kind of does. If you see Dark Boo,
Yes.
if you see
Oh
Dark
my
Boo in a
God.
tournament and he's playing as Kirby, you better watch the hell out. Because you better watch yourself.
His
Because if you
Kirby's
see
very
Dark
good.
Boo and you see Kirby, you better be like, oh, I'm forfeiting, I'm
Has
done.
Boo played Timmy?
Because you gotta watch out. When Boo has that hammer, he's out for blood. When he has that hammer ready, when you see Kirby with his little Kirby feet just like literally waddling over to you, you better just watch yourself.
Wait.
Because Boo is out for blood. He will take that hammer and just... You don't want to know where he'll take that hammer and use it on. You just gotta... You might not be able... Let's just say you might not be able to sit right for a couple days.
Has Boo played Timmy?
Yes, he has. Well, not
One-on-one?
one-on-one. Not one-on-one.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Oh, me too. I gotta. When Boo has that, he has to literally have me in the room so I can just watch. I'll kill myself and just watch.
I would love to see this. Yeah, oh, and what was it? I think the update now allows that you can upload replays on YouTube.
Yes.
I want them to do it and upload the replay on YouTube.
Yes. Oh my gosh. All right. But I think that's pretty much all that concerns tournaments. Do you want to mention Splatoon?
Yes. There's been a lot of stuff with Splatoon. I mean, these two really don't have much to say on it, but I've been playing a lot of Splatoon recently because I got back into it after I realized, oh, there's this huge update coming out, and this update is they're adding two new weapon types. There's these buckets called sloshers, and there are some these Gatling guns. If you know what a Gatling gun is, it's a special weapon that I really cannot describe because I'm really bad at describing things. You shut up. Sir.
You shut up.
But they're called splatlings in this game because puns. And sloshers and splatlings are coming out this August, I believe. Actually, like really, really soon. But alongside it, there's supposedly some new stages coming with it. There was a Japanese trailer that showed off a couple new stages. I don't remember all of them, but I remember one of them kind of looked like it was on top of these apartments. But I mean, we've also had some updates coming out this summer that I haven't really discussed because none of us really were playing Splatoon, and I got back into it and stuff. So, there's Moray Towers, which is really, really difficult. I'm really bad at it, and it's really good for snipers. In fact, snipers have gotten a lot of boosts lately because, especially in ranked battles, they're really good with ranked battles. But Moray Towers is probably best for snipers if you see it. What else? Camp Triggerfish, I recently played for the first time. So much fun. It's my favorite one. It looks very nice because unlike pretty much all the others, it's almost completely natural. So there's a little bit part of it where I guess you would say it's mechanical or modern or building-esque, but it's a very natural one, and it's very difficult to get on the other side, team's side.
Are you talking about the one where it's like a tower and it's like curved, like left. You have to like go left, right. It's like this long building.
No, that's Moray Towers. The one I'm talking about is Camp Triggerfish.
Okay.
Yeah, but Moray Towers is also fun. I'm not that good at it. I've only played it a couple times. I'm very bad at it because it's pretty much a sniper's paradise.
The scope, what's that scope thing called? Spider scope, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's especially good at this stage. Like, you just take that thing, charge it, aim it up, bam, all sorts of ink everywhere. Covers the whole tower, almost the whole tower.
What else has come? There's a lot of weapons that have come out. I'm really good with like just this certain shooter I have. I love using it, but some of the other weapons are fine. They've been focusing like in fact today as we're recording this, there's a new weapon in this what I call a subclass. There are ink brushes inside the roller class, and there's been the normal ink brush, the octo brush, and now the ink brush. I believe it's pronounced nouveau, but I think it's French. But I think basically it just means like new or upgrade or something like that. But they have a lot of these new subclasses. They already had a couple in the game, like there's scoped rifles in the charger section, or there's blasters inside the shooter section. They've been focusing a lot of that with the summer, which I think is interesting. But the final thing that they've been having is what's it called? Turf. The new ranked battle called Tower Control. So much fun, but it's stressful, especially for a person like me who's very nervous all the time. I don't like being on the tower because I feel like someone's always out to get me.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, but the good thing is the path is laid out for you. So if the enemy team is coming your way, you can just get on the path and then wait for them to come over. But of course, other people would probably be standing guard around it. It's a difficult mode, but I very much enjoy it. I think there's also a new mode coming out with the new update that's hitting us soon enough, but it's called Rainmaker, and basically it's capture the flag. But the interesting thing is the flag also, which is this weird fish that I think is called the Rainmaker, can be used as a weapon, which I think is interesting. It replaces your weapon when you have it, and I believe if you want to get it from someone, you have to kill them. But we haven't seen it being used in action, but it's just been, I think, described, or I might be wrong, maybe we did. But I think it's going to be an interesting mode, because the ranked battle system I am not the biggest fan of, because if you want to play tower control, you're going to have to wait till probably the next stage selection, or even still, you might have to wait till the next one after that, because it's random that it'll either be Splat Zones or Turf War, Tower Control, and then I guess Rainmaker subsequently. But what they are adding is friend rooms in basic terms. I think there's a special word for it in the game. But basically, you can finally create your own friend rooms. There's actually a whole intricate thing with it. Like, you can make teams of people and then face off against other teams, or you can have your own friend room where you can have up to 8 people join. And you get to choose the map, the tower, or the style of play, and whatever. I'm not sure about the versus teams thing, but I know for like just friends, you can change pretty much everything you'd like.
That sounds fun.
I think yes, it is. I would think with the versus teams, you can only choose your play style. I'm not sure about choosing the stage, since you're versing an entire other different team, unless maybe it's up to votes, which would be fun. I bet we will be doing that. I feel like we're going to be doing that, making a team and then facing other people off. Because Yumi, SZ, and Boo, I think, all have Splatoon.
No, Dark Boo does not have Splatoon.
Yeah.
It doesn't? Dang it. So it's just us three?
It's only us 3. I really need Dark Boo to get Splatoon, because I will be dying with him on Skype. He will be...
Because Boo likes shooters.
He will be so bad. He'll be out for blood or ink or whatever. He will be...
I'd love to see him.
It has to be taped. It has to be taped. Boo literally cannot open the game until he literally plays with us on Skype. It has to be taped.
Exactly.
We play with him for the first time.
No, he needs to play with other people for the first time.
He'll play with us for the first time. We'll play him in a friend room. Oh.
But
I'd love it.
if you don't have Splatoon already, guys, you listening, you should get Splatoon because it's a very
Yep.
fun game.
And if you faded out of it, because the reason why I didn't play Splatoon was because of the last Smash Brothers update, and then I kind of lost interest. But if you haven't gotten back into it, I suggest doing it now because the big update's coming and you're gonna miss out otherwise.
See, but I feel because I haven't played it in a while too, and when I did play, I played it.
Because you're a square.
Huh?
You're a square.
Oh yes,
I
obviously.
thought SC was a triangle.
No.
I have no response to that, so I'm just going to keep saying what I was saying before. Okay, getting back to what I was saying.
You haven't been playing in a while.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I haven't been playing in a while, back then, and I continue to not play, and now this big update's coming, but I already feel like there's been all these little updates that now it's like this big update for me, and I don't want to go in because there's so much, and then there's going to be even more, and...
That's what I thought, and, well, first of all, these updates, I think, are going to be coming to a halt somewhat soon, because the reason why they were doing this is because Nintendo, for whatever reason, isn't releasing any summer games, even though there's one already completed, Yoshi's Woolly World. But I thought that, and sure, it did take me, I think, maybe a day to get back into it, but I've noticed that it's not that hard to lose it, especially if you're using weapons that you're very familiar with. Like, my weapon choice is the .52 gallon deco. That's like my main weapon, and I only really use shooters because I'm bad with rollers and bad with chargers. But it's really hard, especially that weapon. It has a really high learning curve. But once you get into back into that play, it's so fun. I feel like you playing with my weapon, especially. Staryu can probably confirm this, but I mean, if my little brother were here, he could definitely confirm it.
SpiderStaryu.
I don't know how. I don't understand it because I'm not the best Splatoon player. I certainly am not.
You're better than me in SC.
My kill count is almost consistently better than nearly everyone. Whenever I play, I know, especially in what's it called, especially Turf Wars, which is funny. But even if I lose, I'll still have more kills. But what was it? One time, we were playing this one Splat Zones, and I think this was today, like this morning. I killed 17 people and died a handful amount. But I was like 17 people, and it was like. That happens sometimes, especially when they last very long. And tower control is, you'll get like 24. Then that easy sometimes. But Splat Zones is a little harder to get a lot of kills. Certainly you'll get more than Turf Wars. But 17 in that round was like, I don't exactly remember what happened, but it was like, I think the highest score outside of mine was 9. And I'm not sure if it's my weapon, because my weapon, the weapon I use was very popular before the update, now not so much, but it's very, I don't have much strategy, it's just, I mean, a lot of times, there's certain ones where Arowana Mall, the snipers are always in the same place, so I can get consistent kills like that, but, other ones, what else? What's that one that I always get to? Oh, Urchin Underpass, which... I will get into it in a second.
Yes,
but Urchin Underpass.
Go Urchins, yes.
I mean, the snipers are there are certain spots where there'll always be, but there are a lot of paths to take, and there'll be more coming soon, which doesn't make sense now, but I'll explain in a second. But there are a lot of paths to take, and I don't exactly know where everyone will be. So, I'm wondering exactly what's gonna happen later on. I don't know if I'm gonna, because Urchin Underpass is actually being changed. They're doing this under construction thing where it basically looks like they're adding more paths and making certain sections.
More paths.
Basically they're adding. I saw, if you know, there's that one section of the map where you go through a grate and then there are these this long pathway separated by, I guess, glass that you can't spray ink on.
Yep.
It looks like there's going to be a path that goes to the left of it as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't understand why they have it or what it necessarily does, but this would probably be easy to kill people who are sniping from there.
Yeah.
And you could just sneak around. But I'm very much intrigued, especially with Urchin Underpass, because Urchin Underpass is one of my favorite ones to play on.
Yeah.
It's because it's very... all over the place, and that's both good and bad because it's really hard to keep track of people. But yeah, it's fun. So especially me, if you guys do want to play Splatoon, any of you listeners, just ask me, and I probably will play with you. I might hate you, but I don't want to be confident, but I most likely won't be a loser.
That is a 92% chance that it'll happen. So
yeah,
mm-hmm.
Wait, Ezzy, have you played with? Yeah, we did. I think once.
I don't know if I have played with you.
Maybe.
I don't think I have because I would remember if I got you, and that is imprinted into my memory, and I cherish that moment.
I got 20 kills on SZ.
Oh my gosh, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about the ratio either.
Staryu's played with me. I think we mentioned this before.
Yeah.
He was very mad at me. He didn't like.
Yeah, we mentioned on the Splatoon podcast.
Well, the problem was, I'm not sure if I can use Skype during it because it was either I got disconnected or the Skype call would drop, or his Skype call would drop, and
I don't know why.
That was so annoying, and we haven't done it since, and I'm hoping it was just a one-time thing. But if not, that's especially bad because you can't really communicate.
Yeah, man. Like Splatoon was made with Skype in mind. Like you can't not be on Skype.
I talk to myself. I'll openly say I talk to myself when I play the game. I'm like, oh come on! I can't believe that dude is doing it to me. Or I was like, why? I was like, why is this weapon being so bad? Why am I losing? I don't understand it. And it's not like I have this thing where sometimes I'll almost make fake communication when someone's in the room. When someone's in the room, I'll just start saying stuff out loud instead of just saying it in my head.
Okay.
Oh, there's a person here. No, it's not like that. I had the house to myself once when I'm playing Splatoon. I'm openly talking to myself. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go over here, and it was embarrassing. It's embarrassing to just think about it.
Oh,
but
I'm laughing, but I do it myself too. So,
I mean, when I play Splatoon, the only thing if I'm like by myself in the house, one thing I'm like is damn. Oh,
well,
nothing
like
damn.
That. To me,
that's literally just the sounds you'll hear me make.
Of course, I'm not making conversation with myself, but it's just...
I can imagine.
I think whenever someone says that, they'll always laugh because that's what they think of. It's not like I'm talking, like making conversation, but I'm just going like, all right, I'm gonna get him this time. I don't
know why you're acting like that's awkward. Everyone does that. Everyone does that.
Every time I say something like that, people are like, they get the face like, are they?
Yeah, they're saying that. They're probably saying that or making that face, but they probably do that themselves.
Yeah, I think everyone does it when they're frustrated. I just get frustrated a lot with that game, even though I'm not gonna say I'm really bad, but I'm certainly not the best. There are way better players than me, which are annoying because I'm terrible against roll. And then there's this other thing. Sorry, I've been talking a lot.
It's okay.
Running my mouth, but I was playing Splatoon this one time, and I'm not sure if it's the weapon or both, or I was just having a really laggy day, but the roller is just, like, I was like, you're not anywhere near me, like, on this camera, but I still get hit by you, and there's the carbon roller, which is really good with, I think, when you press X and there's that big wave of ink, I think it's X, or ZR, whatever, I think it might have been that, but it was very frustrating against these, and they were lagging, I know that, but I couldn't tell if it was, lag that one time or I just got killed fair and square or whatever, but that they can get, especially rollers, if you're laggy, you're gonna have some trouble. I think if you somehow have a laggy one, the best one to use is the charger weapon, but I mean, I really shouldn't be advising you on that because I have reasonably good internet despite me discussing all my internet problems today. But I think that's it for Splatoon. I'm excited I don't remember when it actually comes out. The date August 4th is in my mind, but I could be wrong.
I'm just very happy for the community night possibilities.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. We could I mean, obviously we're focusing on tournament mode for now, but I would love to see more people play Splatoon. Because I don't think I've ever joined a community night with Splatoon because we are having a lot of... There's no way to really
you have to
play
be
with people unless you're friends.
And you have to hope you make it in, and then blah, blah, blah. And then you have to play with people from across the world all the time. That makes it laggy.
I think that's one of the problems with if they were to have Skype chat. If people speak another language, they're not going to understand you. Obviously, I bet if you were going to use online chat. It would just,
I would laugh
reduce
so
you to,
much
like-
if I killed someone and they kept cursing me out.
I feel like they'd be going out. I think they'd be like, "What language do you speak?"
I can't,
And they
because you
don't
see, the problem with me is that when they keep doing that and they keep be like, "Oh, stop killing me, Spider!" I would laugh so much because I can't control my laughter. If someone makes me laugh and like I'm in one of those moods, you can't stop me.
I am a laugher.
You can't stop me.
I think I really couldn't do it if it played on the TV. It'd have to
Oh
be the
no
gamepad.
no.
Yeah, I'd be like headphones in.
Because we have people like Dark Boo.
Oh my gosh.
We have people like Dark Boo who play Wii U, so you can't have that.
I think my favorite thing
You
was
dungeon
when
dust
Dust
bunny.
That's my favorite. Oh,
Excuse the
yes, that is a good thing to call someone when they are
Oh
not
my
making you
God.
happy. Just call them a dungeon dust
Dungeon
bunny.
dust-
Too much.
What?
All right, so
Moving on.
Are we done with Splatoon?
I am done with Splatoon unless any of you have anything else to say on it.
Not today. No more for Splatoon. All right, so let's get into news. All right, because we had some news around the Mario Party Legacy community. The first bit of news, all right, and this is my bit of news, so hopefully you listen. You don't skip forward. You're probably skipping forward right now. Stop it. No, don't skip forward. Okay.
Don't do it.
Okay, so if you don't know, I have a forum game, Mario Party Interactive, which is pretty much Mario Party on the forum. How do you play it? Well, I give you the board, I give you your character, and you basically just move across the board, and there's different spaces. There's some my own ideas, like like things like that. But pretty much, Mario Party Interactive is basically Mario Party 3 combined with Mario Party 4 in a forum game. That's what it is. And I'm gonna be, I'm basically releasing updates and, things like that for Mario Party Interactive 5, which is the 5th one. I've already done 4 other ones, but I'm on the 5th one, so make sure you keep up with Mario Party Legacy, because I have one post on there that's being updated and will be, constantly at the top of the news thing, like occasionally when there's like new updates and things like that. And make sure you keep up with it, because signups will be up soon on Mario Party Legacy, the forum, so make sure you keep up with Mario Party Legacy and the forum, because if you don't know the forum, you don't know URL, it's MarioPartyLegacy.com/forum. So
Yes. How many people can sign up?
yes. How many people can sign up?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, stop!
I know.
Oh my God!
It was a moment.
It was a moment. I was having a moment. I see. This is my moment. How many people can sign up? I'm gonna be doing multiple signups, so. For each board, pretty much think of it this way. 4 people are allowed on each board. So, I'll probably maybe have up to 3, depending on how much interest there is. If you're interested, maybe it'll be 4, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to do so many at once, but if there really is that interest, and I can get you guys interested, then I'll do as many as possible. So...
I mean, not to brag, I won last Mario Party
Yes.
Interactive. But, the reason why Staryu is a bit hesitant to do a lot of these are they last a long time. I was looking back at the one we did. Last Mario Party Interactive
no.
lasted...
No,
Wait, is that not why?
No.
What? Well, they still last a while. Just telling you guys that now.
Okay,
They last
last one... Oh my
6
God.
months.
It lasted that long, Soul, because I was really
partially
busy. I was really busy.
Yeah.
It doesn't last 6 months normally, so please don't be scared to
Yes.
join now, because Soul said that. It
Sorry,
doesn't last
I
6
was-
months normally.
I was getting to that. I was gonna say it lasted 6 months, but usually they
Yes.
might last a while. But 6 months was because Staryu got really busy and because certain people were not answering in time.
So usually it lasts like about 2 months, like maybe a bit over 2 months, but just pretty much what you have to do is if you want to sign up for this, make sure you're on the forum just once a day. That's at the most.
Yeah.
Just once a day. As long as you do that, you're good. You're good.
They're fun. I won't be. I don't think I'll be joining this one unless maybe if you need it because you're 3 people on one. But I don't think I'll be joining it. But Staryu has been showing me the stuff he's been doing, some of it, and there are some certain things you might get excited for.
There's some juicy boards that will definitely be revealed soon. I'm releasing 2 of them today. I'll show you guys 2 today. But make sure you just keep up to date with MPI MPFS Central. It's MPI MPFS.MyPlayLegacy.com. That's the site where all the stuff will be released. But in case in case you forget, because we forget, I forget, Still forgets, SC forgets, people forget, it's normal. But in case you forget, just make sure you're on Mario Party Legacy. Just search MarioPartyLegacy.com, and it'll be there. Okay.
Yay.
Okay. All right, and we also have one bit of news that I'm sure you're excited for. All right.
Bum, 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 bum.
We have the winners announced for the Amiibo contest that SC has had. And SC, do you want us to read this out loud, or do you want me to do it?
The giveaway winners?
The Amiibo giveaway.
If
winners.
you want to, you can. Please.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, then
All right, I
do
guess
it.
I'll do it.
Oh,
I'll do
go
it.
ahead.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Do it.
Do it. Okay, no. Let's be serious. All right, so basically, in case you don't know what the Amiibo giveaway was, basically it was where SC was going to give three Amiibos away: Wii Fit Trainer, Silver Mario, and Toad. Clearly, all right, no one was going to win all three of them. It was going to be individual. People get one of them each. So I don't know if the winners want me to say their names out loud on the podcast, but
I mean, they're up online,
Yeah,
right?
you can say it.
yeah, I'll say it. No. Oh my god. So the winners are, for Wii Fit Trainer, we have his Twitter account is @RotoPilot.
Hooray.
For Silver Mario, we have @Conan's Boy.
Hooray.
And for Toad, we have @Secret604.
Hooray.
So congrats to you all. Hopefully, you got your Amiibos. Hopefully you enjoy them. What?
Hopefully you're getting
You
your
will be
Amiibo
getting
soon.
your Amiibo soon.
You didn't send them out yet?
No, I just got back. I haven't
Yeah,
done
he
it.
was in Poland for a while.
Oh, well, hopefully you get them when he
You will
sends
get
them
this.
out.
They will be sent out on Monday, I believe.
All right.
Because I also
We get
need
it-
boxes,
we
and I need to pack them, and I need to make sure the weight is correct, so I don't have to pay $1,000 just to ship it to you.
Yes, and make sure you put your address right, or don't put the wrong address. Cause
Yes, because
that's
we
not
don't
his
need-
fault if you don't get it, and because
Yes.
you put the wrong address. So.
Also, the winner of the Toad Amiibo, Secret604, he actually let me know that he already has a Toad Amiibo, so we already have a new person who is getting that.
Oh.
I just need to go to my messages and see who it is. It is @BuddyRoy with a double Y. He will be getting the Toad Amiibo, and thank you, Secret604, for giving that off to somebody else.
Such a kind heart.
yeah,
I have
very
a Toad-
kind.
Also, can we talk about that I got a Wii Fit Trainer Amiibo? I was so mad that I was giving it away. Because I wanted it.
I have one. I think I told the story of how I got
Wii Fit Trainer is
Trainer.
actually becoming less and less rare. It's actually
Yeah,
more popping up.
You can get them online for reasonably
See,
cheap prices.
and that's why I gave it away, because when I had it, it's still not like you don't walk into a store and you see a Wii Fit Trainer.
No,
so
you're not going to
No,
see one
no,
in the store.
no.
I saw it, I took it, and I mean I saw it, which means there's obviously a restock going on or something.
Yes. If it has a 3DS on the back of it, it was a restock.
I'm gonna go check.
Yeah.
Oh my
if
god. Okay,
did-
while he checks.
Yes, well, as he goes to check. What else? There's also, speaking of Amiibo, there's a rumor that there's going to be this retro bundle pre-order stuff on the 8th of August at GameStop, where basically you might be able to pre-order this special retro bundle that has Game & Watch, Rob, and Duck Hunt
Oh, I want
in
it.
it. I'm going to be trying to get it because Nintendo has actually been doing somewhat better with their Amiibo stock. Well, I didn't run into, or I haven't seen any struggles with Dark Pit. Obviously, since he was on exclusive, it was harder to get. But the complaints, I haven't seen a lot of complaining. I'm hoping to get him because I really want Game & Watch. And I also want Rob because he looks very, very detailed.
I want Rob. Oh my god. I got Rob. I got robbed with my
yeah.
Rob. So I need a Rob.
So now I gotta go get a new one.
Oh my god, I want Rob so badly. He looks so cool. Oh,
I'm
I just want
surprised.
Rob right now.
This is supposedly a 3-pack, but I'm like, okay, if there's a 3-pack of these technically unrelated characters, more than likely there's going to be a 3-pack with the Miis.
Wait, is Rob already out?
No,
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
these are just pre-orders. He's coming out in
Oh.
September.
These freaking pre-orders, it's always sold out.
No, but you can only do them in store, and they're supposedly, according to rumor, it's like 30 pre-orders per store.
Damn, oh my god.
If you live in, like me, I'm gonna get it because I live in a small area.
I heard Mr. Game & Watch has multiple slides.
Poses.
Poses,
Yeah,
yeah.
poses. They're cute. I want
Do
it.
they come separately, or do they come with them?
No, they come with them.
Oh, thank God. Praise God.
The problem is, a lot of people are planning on buying 4 Mr. Game & Watch to get, each one in a different pose, because there's 4 poses.
Oh,
You know what?
gosh.
It's a little greedy.
Greedy
but-
people,
Yeah.
let other people get things for a damn
So
change.
I suggest going for, if you're not going to get the bundle, try getting Mr. Game & Watch, because that's the one I've been seeing a lot of people want. Duck Hunt Dog, probably, I don't know, a lot of people are going to get. I think people like him because he's cute, so he might be the least rare of the 3. But, yeah, and SZ, you're back. Does it have a 3DS on the back?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so it's the restocked one. If you didn't get a restocked one, that must be like...
Yeah, that would have been weird. And the reason I'm giving it away is because it is a restock, which means it'll be more available, so it's still rare now, so it's a cool thing to do a giveaway on before it's a little more common. But yes.
You're doing the giveaway of the generous of your heart. Being generous.
Unfortunately.
The kindness. I said generous. I said
really
generous.
Generosity.
I said generous of your heart. I'm like, wait, that's not English. Yes, but yeah, hopefully, all the winners, hopefully you enjoyed. And thank you everyone for entering the raffle. I'm sorry you didn't win, but hey, there's going to be more stuff in the future. There's always a chance. Don't give up. Always a chance, because I won a raffle one time and I was so shocked. So, you never know.
That was cool.
Yeah,
I
Marker
love
8-1.
Oh, I was going to say that I love when I email the people and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I won! I never win things." And I'm like,
I love it.
It's so like cute. I love that.
I've mentioned that I'm a really big present giver. My favorite thing in the world is to give presents. That's pretty much giving presents to me. Like, I love when people get really happy that I give them stuff. This one's a little different because they know what they're getting if they win. But I love getting presents, and I'm that type of person who tries to get the perfect thing. Like I'm going to a quinceañera in like 2 weeks, and she loves the hero, the Wasp from Marvel. I don't know what to get her, but I know to get her something on that. And I feel like a lot of other people will get her that, but to me, it's like I know what to get someone, and I know that they'll be really excited. I gave one of my close friends a Sheik amiibo for his birthday, and he was like really hype. And then I gave him Pokemon
Sheik amiibo.
Fire. Well, yeah, a Sheik amiibo and the Pokemon Leaf Green, and he's like super hype about it. So, yeah. Sorry, that was kind of a non sequitur.
All right, so now let's get into what have you been doing. All right. So I don't know. I think you have a lot to say, so I think you should just let us go first because I don't think me and Sol have a lot to say. I'll just start it off. Oh no, come on! The accent got stuck on me. Okay. Let's mention this. I was reading Sol's submission letter when he signed up,
like for the 4th time.
when he signed up for the podcast. I was reading. Basically, he sent us an email. Like what you guys can do for you signing up for the Lost Levels. But yeah,
did we read it out loud on a podcast?
No, we haven't.
Oh, I feel maybe one day.
Maybe if if you want, guys, I'll do it. I'll read it in the New York accent that I did.
I'd have to have the disclaimer. I was I still have it, but I had a really bad anxiety problem, I guess. And it's a lot of stuff where I like apologize a lot because I'm that type of person. And then I feel like I was saying stuff that made it look like I was trying to make them feel bad for me, but it was really just like me being brutally honest. Like I'm like, it's okay that I'm not gonna be. If you say no, like it's not really. I think I said it's not really a big deal. I'm like, oh wait, well it is a big deal, but it won't matter. You shouldn't care. You don't need to care. I'm not weird. I still pretty much everything I wrote. It's exactly how I would write it now, minus a couple things, but yeah.
It was, even though we laugh at it, it was a good,
I'm fine
good. It was actually, it was a long email and it was really good.
Very long,
and it was good. All right, so but I was doing that earlier, and me and Sol were gagging for our lives. I've pretty much been doing Mario Party Interactive this whole week. Yeah. I've been trying to get things done, trying to get things uploaded, because what a lot of you don't know is that I have things ready to be just shown to you guys, but I gotta explain it. If I don't explain it properly, you guys will get confused, and I can't just upload and be like, oh yeah, here, look, a new space. and that's it.
He wants to get the descriptions correct and make sure that there's no confusion.
Yeah, because, like I said before, early in the podcast, I'm bad at explaining things, so I gotta make sure that I at least explain it well. If it's explained well, and it's good, and I show it to people like Dark Boo, and he says, okay, it's good, they understand it, then fine, but I gotta make sure I do that right. Other than that, not much else. Really, not much else. I played Smash Brothers with Yoshi Man and his brother.
Ew.
Me and Dark Boo played against Yoshi Man and his brother, and me and Dark Boo, we were clocking so much tea, all sorts
Using
of tea.
that defensive Wii Fit trainer.
Yeah, well, actually, no, not this time. Not this time.
Oh, really?
Not this time. But the last time I played Yoshi Man, yes, but not this time. But yeah, me and Boo were beating Yoshi Man and his brother. Sorry for mentioning this in the podcast, Yoshi Man, if you're listening to this, but we did. You know, they were good matches, even though Boo. Oh my God, Boo was just not having it that day. Boo was just not really feeling Smash Brothers that day, and it was actually Thursday night, I think. Yeah, Thursday night. So Boo was not having it that day, but you know, it was good matches. You know. I've started to realize that I really like having team battles. Like, I don't know why. They're just so much fun. Like, when you're working with your partner, just so much fun. But, yeah, other than that, not much else. That's pretty much it. I can just stop now. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing this week.
As for me, a really long time ago, I got really bored and was inspired by MPI, and I did this Pokemon party thing that I had, and I got bored, and a couple days ago I found all the files. And then, so I'm not sure if I'm actually going to put it up, but I've just been doing a whole bunch of that stuff. I don't think I ever will, and if not, I certainly won't be doing it now, because, I mean, there's new MPI literally just about to start. But it was really, I don't know, I have this weird, it's actually kind of like, I don't want to say peaceful, but it's something that I find, I like doing it. I like making all this stuff. Like, I did like 3 boards in 3 days, and of course they're not like MPI stuff, and it's just, I think for me, I don't know, maybe one day I'll use them, but doing all this stuff is very, I'm not a person who likes to do computer stuff because I just get too lazy doing it. I'm like, ugh, this is all this work, and I usually don't finish things, but I mean, at least as of now, I'm not having that problem of not finishing something, and I mean, it looks polished-ish, but it's very if you guys like doing stuff like this, even maybe not doing Mario Party stuff or, you know, whatever, I guess get involved in something, even if you're not gonna do anything with it later on. It just it's something that kills time that, I don't know, it's fun to do. Other than that, I have been playing a lot of Splatoon. I was doing very well, I guess. I've been playing, as mentioned before, I've been finally getting used to some of the updates that I've missed, like using tower control and stuff like that. Very fun and stuff, but I think the big thing was I re-beat Pokemon Alpha Sapphire with a team that was very interesting. It was, Swampert, Glalie, Wigglytuff, Torkoal, Breloom, and I'm gonna forget it, and it's gonna make me really mad. Breloom. Now I can't remember. Oh gosh, it's gonna kill. Oh, Crobat. Yeah, I was doing all this stuff, and I've been using. I was really happy because some Pokemon I used didn't really get used in the Elite Four, but because I lost the first time. Then the second time I had this really good strategy with almost all the Elite Four. Like I defeated the first member with one Pokemon, and it didn't even get hit because I had a Crobat with the move X-Scissor, and the first one's a Dark type, so his Mightyena always uses Swagger, and I had a Persimmon Berry, so it would increase my attack, and I would not get confused. And then it was pretty much just one-hit KOs with X-Scissor for all of his Pokemon. But I think the big thing was Torkoal, which is a Pokemon that I don't think anyone ever really uses. I wanted to challenge myself, and he was my challenge Pokemon. I defeated the boss, the champion, his Mega Metagross in one hit, which was like a big thing for me because I don't remember exactly what happened, but when I first played the game, I remember I just had to use a lot of potions and one Pokemon and just reviving Pokemon left and right and whittling down his HP. With one hit, like, that was like a shock to me. It was my Torkoal, I used Iron Defense, so I boosted his defense. Then he used... no, it was just Shell Smash, but since I was slower, he went first. So he used Giga Impact, and because Torkoal has, like, insane defense, it didn't kill me. And Shell Smash boosted my speed, and he had to recharge because it was Giga Impact, so I used Flamethrower, and I killed him with one hit, and I, like, dropped my 3DS and, like, froze for a second. I'm like, oh, I just defeated him with a Torkoal. Like, a Torkoal, like, no one thinks Torkoal and of a Pokemon that's, like, crazy good, and I love it. I was so happy.
Torkoal sucks.
Okay. I don't think he's a competitive Pokemon, but I feel like they're Pokemon, like, they're really good Pokemon you can use during your adventure, because, I mean, the AI is not smart, and they're not competitively built, but in competitive scene, the Pokemon can never be used, but I think Pokemon get a lot of, like, charm with it when you're using them in adventure, even though I have never used it. Like, one of the Pokemon that I think I've seen is so good and so fun to use is Baynet, and Baynet's not good in competitive play because his Mega Evolution is like, his stats are meant for offense, but his ability is meant for setup, and he doesn't have any setup moves, so it's a weird Pokemon. But I've always wanted to use a Baynet, and he's one of those Pokemon where I think is amazing. Or another one is Milotic. The first time I played Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, all of my Pokemon could Mega Evolve, and they all had their Mega Stones by the end of the game. And I had Milotic, and Milotic was the highest level Pokemon. Like, it's crazy good, and I don't know. I feel like they're kind of used in the competitive scene, but geez, like, insane HP and special defense, and its offensive power is nothing to joke about. And even though it wasn't a Rain Dance user, I mean, yeah. So I don't know. Especially if you feel like you're not getting into Pokemon a lot, I suggest replaying a game and using a team that challenges you, because every once in a while I'll just fade out of playing a game, especially Pokemon, and I'll just have to replay the game to get back in the thrill of the games. Sorry,
so
I talked a lot.
lost.
That's it. Sorry, SZ. I'm sorry I was talking a lot and had a lot to say.
It's just Pokemon. It just confuses me half the time.
Oh yeah, you don't really play Pokemon.
I do, I just don't get into it, so everything I might have learned is gone.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So is it my turn?
I guess. I mean, if you're...
I mean, it is your turn. We're done.
Okay. So it's my turn. Alright, so where have I been all these last weeks?
Cruising the world. Yeah! Woo! You got the speed. You got the power. Oh, what do? You cruise the world. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, alright. Yes, I went to Poland for 3 weeks. I left at the beginning of July, and I just got back like 2 days ago, I think.
Wow.
Yes, I went to go see my grandma. She lives in Poland. Half my family lives in Poland because my parents are from Poland. She's getting pretty old, and it was time to go see her because, well, when someone's old, they might leave at any moment. So it's...
I was like, way to go with your euphemisms.
Well, it's just the fact of life. Do you want to guess how old she is?
94.
Okay, my great aunt was 100 when she died, but usually everyone was like, "Oh, she's gonna be gone."
94.
Okay, so clearly I've already
97.
told someone how old she is. She's 94. Yes, 94.
What? That was a guess. Oh my god!
Are you
that
sure?
Was a guess. That was a guess. I beat it. I swear to God, cross my heart, kill me right now. That was a guess. Oh my god!
Wow.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Whoa! Oh my gosh! That was a guess.
She's 94, and she is getting, as older people do, she's getting a lot weaker, and she's having trouble walking and all this stuff. Her memory is amazing, though. I will tell you that she has the best memory that I've never met anyone with a better memory. Yes, a 94-year-old woman. Yes, she can remember everything from her childhood, everything from her life, birthdays, dates, everything.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Does she speak English?
No.
So you have to speak purely in Polish to her.
Yes, I do. Okay, so the other thing is that I'm very close with my grandma because she lived in Chicago with my family for about 8 years. And 6 of those years was when I was born. So she was there when I was born, and she was there until I was 6, and then she got sick, so she went back to Poland. But she was there when I was born, and she helped raise me, so this was a pretty big trip for me, yes. But yes, that's the whole reason why I went. For 3 weeks, I flew over there. The flight took about a day. I went from Phoenix.
Really?
I live in Arizona. Phoenix to Houston. Then I went to Frankfurt, Germany, and then to Poland.
My people.
Yes, your people. Yes. That took like an entire day. So have you guys been on an airplane before?
Yes.
I was I've never been on a commercial airplane. I'm not really friends with her anymore, but my friend's dad was a pilot, and I went up in a plane. It was fun. My ears hurt because altitude.
I don't remember. I think I went on a plane twice. One was when I was younger, when I was like a baby, and I was crying a lot. And all I know is that my parents told me that I was crying so much they had to give me medicine to knock me out because I was just I was causing a scene. I've always been that type of guy. I cause a scene. And I think I went again down to California another time, but I don't remember when. It was definitely when I was like younger than 10, but not older than like 7, like 8, 9, like around that time.
Yes. So that was the flight. Actually, my longest flight I think was 10 hours. So
what do you do in Poland?
Oh right, I have to start talking about Poland.
I was like,
yes.
No, that wasn't you trying to hurry along. I was really wondering, like, what... Because I don't know anything about Poland. I know the capital is Warsaw, and it's cold, and their flag is, like, one side red and the other side is white.
Yes.
That's all I know.
Yes, top is white, bottom is red. Correct. What do you do in Poland? I mean, what do you do in most countries?
You
go
exist.
Visit. Yeah, you exist, and you take up space. Correct.
And you get hit by cars.
Thank you for mentioning that. People in Poland drive like nutcases, okay? You really need to watch out because they will run you over, and the street lights are a little bit different. And
how do you say "f you" in Polish?
I will not be saying that.
Do you know how to say it though?
Yes.
Can you type it out?
No. Don't.
Anyway,
God.
in Poland, I stayed in the city that my grandma's in for about 2 weeks out of the 3. There I went to the old city, like with the old buildings and everything.
Right.
Just looks so beautiful. And there's tons of churches everywhere, and they're so beautiful. Because they're really old, and back then they would like really go all out with their churches. They look beautiful. I love stained glass, and there's some churches with some amazing stained glass. So yes, that was very, very, very awesome. They also have towers there, usually with a church. A church usually has like a tower. And you could climb that, and you could see like the whole city. And, so beautiful. And there's tons of castles in Poland too. This city in particular had a smaller castle there. I mean, and the castles are not in use. They're more like museum tourist places. But yes, I also went into a castle. There's forests. You guys don't understand. I live in Arizona. We do not have forests, and the ones that we do are up north, and they do not
you also
equate.
Don't have daylight savings time.
They don't what?
You also don't have daylight savings time, but
that's yes, correct.
I don't know.
Good,
I was making a joke, but then you cut me off, so the joke just like flatlined. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Forest. Go back to your forests.
Yes, I love the forest. I can spend all day in there, and it was so green. Everything is so green. I love forest so much.
Oh my god!
It's just so green.
Oh my god!
I took 2,500 pictures.
I know what you're talking about.
So I will have to share some.
I mean,
you have to show me the pictures of the green. Like, is it like light green? Because light green's the best.
Depends. If the sun's shining, it's like a light green. If you're like deeper into the woods, it's a darker green. Oh, so beautiful.
Well, you went to a place where it's not hot. That's where I'm like, oh, I could totally jam it in there. I live in a place where it's constantly hot, so being outside is not a thing for me because I hate the heat. And I mean, you live in Arizona, so it's different. I mean, I guess I don't have much room to talk, I hate being outside. It's just mosquitoes, and it feels like I'm in soup, and I don't like it.
Okay.
Wait, I got a little bit more to say. After that, I went to my hometown, or excuse me, not my hometown, my parents' hometown.
Your hometown, like, you weren't born there.
Yes, for those that don't know, I was born in Chicago. I was not born in Poland.
Chicago.
Parents were born in Poland. I went to their hometown. It's near Stalowa Wola, if we have any Polish listeners.
Wow.
And the city I was staying in was Przemyśl. Or Przemyśl, yes. It's from the hometown. I saw a bunch of my family, and I visited like my mom's old home and my dad's old home, and like these tiny little.
That's like a
homes.
memory trip to me.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. And I also went to these cemeteries. Okay, so I don't know. I don't get creeped out by cemeteries. I understand.
I'm assuming
I
that
do.
Did you like see people, your ancestors?
My aunts. I saw. Okay, so my grandma's the only like grandparents I have left. My
that's sad.
grandma and grandpa from my mom's side died about 10 years ago, and I went to the cemetery there and I saw them there. And
Yeah, that's what creeps me out. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do it either. It really,
like
really
gravestones.
scares me.
Like, no, it's more like I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at where they're buried, or maybe sometimes not, but I'm like, ew.
well,
I mean, I could be standing where they're like bones. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of it.
I don't know. I think I had that at one point too. I don't really feel that way anymore. The hardest thing is just going there, and the problem is I'll just cry no matter what. Like you can't stop it. And like I knew those two grandparents I knew not that well, but I saw them and remembered them quite a bit. But like I'll still go and cry. But then I went to the other cemetery with my grandfather on my dad's side, which is the husband of my current grandma, who's still alive. And I never met him because he died when my dad was like 6.
Oh
my
geez.
Really long time ago. But
That's all. To me, that's worse.
That's very sad.
Because I have a grandmother that I never met, so I'm like, oh, I can't do it. Because I feel to me, it's almost like, oh, I'm being.
That's kind of like the presence is there, but it's not.
it's just so hard because, like I said, I'll cry no matter what, and it's just I'll go there and I'd never met him. I don't know. I barely know what he looks like. Yeah, it's so hard to be there, and it's so hard not to cry.
I think I think I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I don't like it. I both am very respectful that you could have done it, and at the same time, I'm like, oh no. To me, I think I handle loss in a really weird way because I can get like emotional at times, and it's like that's it. Like I'm gone. I mean, I'm fine. I'm very easy to get over things, but I guess it's almost like to me, I'm like I feel guilty for not feeling bad after a while. I don't know. Loss doesn't affect me that well.
I mean, I think that's
my great aunt's one story because I knew her very well, but she was like her memory was shot. It wasn't like she was she was like senile where she'd like see things and talk about random things. It was just like she didn't remember who most of us were. She knew my grandmother because my grandmother was very close to her, but my great aunt we never saw her because we're states away, and even still when we were in New Jersey, it wasn't like she was a priority. Which sounds rude, but I mean, yeah.
Well, look, I think that's understandable because, I mean, if I went to even, like, family members that I haven't met and, like, an aunt or whatever that I haven't met and I went to her grave or whatever, I would feel bad, but I don't know if I would cry. But this was my grandfather, so that was like, whoa, this is a pretty important thing for me. And the other thing is that I went on this trip with my dad. And just my dad. It was just me and my dad. I have 5 other family members. It was just me and my dad for this trip. And that was his dad. So being there with him, that made it so much harder.
I don't, my family, we don't even have stuff. I don't think we can track our family outside of America. because I mean we've been here for not a long time, but I think my great grandmother was the one who immigrated to here. Well, on one side. Huh. I mean, I think you're both. I think you're kind of lucky that you can track your family from the country you immigrated from.
Yeah, you're lucky you're one thing. I see. My ancestry is all over the place, all over Europe.
Yeah, that must be a lot harder.
For us, I'm Italian. It's like I think we have one exception. Basically, my grandfather on one side. I think pretty much everything else is. We might have, obviously, we're probably not purebred Italians on either side, but I mean, one side it's Morelli. That's the family name. I mean, of course, I'm not a Morelli, but it's Morelli. That's a huge Italian last name, and clearly, and then there's Gammarano on one side, and then my mother's side is Paolillo. It's Italians, but I got stuck with Cooper because my grandfather has Cooper, which apparently is technically like American Jewish. I don't understand that, but that's where I got the last name. Yeah, it's a weird. My family's kind of weird because when I say I'm very Italian, they go, "Well, then you don't look Italian, and your last name's Cooper." My mother and my father are both. Well, I guess obviously my mother because she took the last name. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel really guilty not knowing that my ancestry too well. Like not even I remember we did this. Sorry, now I'm making it about myself.
Go ahead.
I remember when I was like 8, I think I tried doing the family tree project for myself because I was very interested in knowing where I was from. And I remember this. My grandmother and my great aunt, they fight a lot. Not like they're sisters, so obviously. I remember I was like trying to track it down, and my mother's side is much more, I guess, vague. She doesn't have that many. I don't know many relatives on her side, and they don't. I don't know. They just don't talk about. They don't know their history too well. But my other side, my dad's side, they were very much involved in their history, and I mean, if I wanted to, I bet now I could get way more in depth with it. But they were trying to track where I think. My grandmother's mother, and my great aunt's, their mother lived, and it was like 2 different houses, and then the generation before that is when they immigrated, and I had no idea where they're from there, so it was just this huge mess, but not in a bad way, it's not like in malicious purposes, but I guess I kind of envy you that you know somewhat, I mean, you pretty much know, you have relatives there still, and you know where everyone is, and having the culture thing, I'm not an Italian culture family. We don't celebrate any Italian traditions. Neither does my grandmother or my grandfathers or none of them. But that's really interesting. You can go. You saw the country you lived in, or not you lived in, where your family's from. You saw their environments where they lived. It's more than looking through photographs. It's seeing the real deal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Very grateful for that. Yes.
Thank you for the stories. Or is there more? Is there more?
Actually, there's a few more. I hope you guys don't mind.
Oh, yeah, continue.
Go ahead.
I like hearing this.
I'm interested.
Okay, so from this hometown, I was there for a week. Remember, I was in Poland for 3 weeks. 2 weeks I spent with my grandma. Then this next week, I went to the hometown area. For the last 2 days, I actually went to Kraków. Okay, I think you guys know what that is. Yes?
No. I told you I only know 3 things about Poland.
That's true. Okay, it's...
Oh, and then it's Catholic a lot.
It's a fairly well-known city. It's just, I don't know, an old town, again. Very, very, very beautiful. Very old buildings, very beautiful churches, towers, castles, all that good stuff. And I did all those things when I went there. And the river. There's the Wisła. So beautiful. Along the castle. I have to show you guys pictures. It was so beautiful. But yes, I went there.
I see these pictures.
And then at this point, I had about 3 more days left in my trip. So I went back to my grandma and I spent those last 3 days there. And let me... this sucks so bad because I had to say goodbye to my grandma for what could possibly be the very last time. Like, that sucks. That's really hard to do.
Oh, that's even
I
worse.
want to cry right now.
Because it's like an unsure goodbye, and that's the worst. Oh, I don't like it.
Well, see, okay, you're going to cry now, but understand this, that when I was leaving to go to the hometown, I said goodbye to my grandma. I'm going to be back in a week. And that alone was so hard. Like, I walked out of there and I started crying. I couldn't help it. It was so hard.
Oh, Essie.
And then I had to do it again. So on Wednesday morning, our flight was at 6 in the morning. So we woke up at like 3 or 2 or whatever, because you still have to drive there and be there early, blah, blah, blah. And you have to understand that I'm with a 94-year-old grandma, okay? She's very weak. Everything hurts, all that stuff. And even you have to be careful with things like surprises and with like a lot of emotional stress, because that could set someone off, and that could potentially do some big damage. So it was really, really hard, because you had to really try not to just break down and lose it when you're saying goodbye. And I'm saying, like, this is one of like the hardest things I have to do in my life, is try to keep it together when you're saying goodbye. Well, I did. I tried, and it was mostly successful. Once I walked out of there, it was like buckets. But
I'm sorry.
I'm being such a downer. But that was my trip. This was
never.
the reality of my trip. But I did say goodbye to her, but to be honest, things are a lot easier nowadays, because you have not only can you call, but they have Skype now, and I can see face to face, and I can talk whenever I want. Yes, there's a time
often
difference
with her.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. But yes, so it was not that hard to excuse me. It was very hard, but it was not that hard to. What I'm trying to say is that I have the ability to continue to talk and to see her, just not in person anymore. But anyway, let's get back to something happier. Actually, this isn't very happy, because then on my flight back, flight back was from Poland to Germany to Chicago and to Phoenix. In Germany, I was supposed to wait 3 hours. In Chicago, I was supposed to wait 6 hours, and then I'd be in Phoenix.
Did you do stuff there?
Wait, let me finish, because we got to Germany, and because when you go on an airplane, you have to check in. You have to let them know that you are coming. And for the first time, we did it through my phone, mobile. Oh, we're so cool. We're so great.
It already doesn't sound good.
Something bad happened.
And so we get to Germany, because we had the mobile thing, the boarding pass tickets on my phone. We got through the Poland airport. Great, awesome. Germany. We're in Germany. I have 3 hours. Okay, let's go to the gate and let's wait there for the plane. No problem. We get there. We actually go to sleep. We lay down on the thing because we're really tired. And it's not like we overslept or anything. We woke up.
Someone stole your stuff.
No. All our stuff was there.
Thank God.
And mind you, the flight we are going on is going to have 400 people in it, okay?
Oh, gosh.
And there's like 40 minutes till departure, and we're looking around, and there's not that many people here. What's going on? All right, whatever. Just wait for them to come, blah, blah, blah. And then some time passes, and we're like, okay, something's not right. And then that's when we start to panic a little bit, and we start running around, like asking some people, and we finally go ask one of the flight attendants, which apparently there were none of in the area. We had to go pretty far to find one. Or one of the workers at the airport. And she lets us know that there was a gate change, and that the flight left 2 minutes ago.
Oh, hell no.
No.
So we bolted to the service center to try and get onto another plane. Understand that we stood in this line for over 2 hours because there were 5 people helping at the service desk. 3 of them were reserved for people who were business class, so they could cut through the entire line and get their stuff taken care of, whereas everyone else had to wait. So we waited for these 2 people, and understand that some people who have problems, they'll go up to the person and they'll be there for 30 minutes to an hour.
I'm like, oh no.
And there's only 2 people helping, and there's a big line. So we were there for 2.5 hours, over 2 hours. I don't know exactly. We tried to find a flight, next one to Chicago, or just something to get us back to Phoenix. And we ended up getting a ticket for a Chicago flight, but it was on a wait list, which means we might not get in. We'll only get in if there's an open spot. If someone misses, or if there's a delay and people can't make it, blah, blah, blah. If we couldn't do that, okay, also understand that it was about 10 o'clock in the morning for our flight there, and this next Chicago flight would have been 5 o'clock p.m., and if we didn't make that one, if we did not make the wait list, we would have a guaranteed spot to San Francisco in the morning, which means we would have been in the airport for 24 hours. Thankfully, we made it onto the Chicago one. We also had an option to go to New York as a wait list, but we went to Chicago.
If you guys did that, you had to have met up.
But this depends how much time we would have there, and
I will fly there. Boo! You already know. If I just said I would fly there, you know what? Boo would frickin'. Boo would cannon himself over there. He would just got fire out of a cannon, just.
That'd be.
Oh. Wow, what imagery. Okay. So we got onto the Chicago flight, and then we went to Phoenix. Phoenix, we waited until the morning to get into the Phoenix flight, and then I made it back here Thursday morning at like 10. It's really weird going this way because you're going back in time. The flight from Germany to Chicago was 9.5 hours, but the time difference was about like 2 hours. So we left 5 p.m. at Germany, and we got to Chicago at 7 p.m. But it was a 9-hour flight.
Jet lag.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm all screwed up with the sleep right now. It sucks. And then to wrap this up, I got back. I drove back home. Got all my stuff packed up. Got into my car, and then I drove back to my home because I don't live with my family right now. And let me tell you, when I got into that car and I touched the wheel, nearly burned my hand, and then I went for the seatbelt. Understand that the seatbelt is metal.
Arizona.
And I should know better.
Arizona.
I should know these things.
Arizona.
It stung so bad. I was in that car for 30 seconds, and I was like baked. Not like the high baked, but it's really hot baked.
I got that.
I'm sure you guys get really tanned over there.
Yes, we do. I'm actually very happy with my tan right now.
One of my big dreams is to do a road trip and like maybe go to all 50 states. But I mean, my big thing is I don't think I'll be flying if I move. I really want to move to Seattle, but I don't think I'll ever fly there. I'll probably drive because I like the thing. Arizona's a place I'm never going. It's just no. Arizona, every time I hear it, it's always a horror story like, oh, our tire popped and there's no gas station for an hour. Or, like, literally, we ran out of gas, so there's no gas station. Or our AC broke and the radio's gone and we're slowly moving along because our engine's overheating. Or something like that. Like, I don't want to go to Arizona. Even though there's the nice part up north where it's, like, actually kind of, like, okay with weather, not doing it. It's just, why?
Okay, let me defend Arizona for a little bit, because I do say things like it's really hot and blah, 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 but I
hate the heat.
It's actually really nice. You don't have to worry about, like, hurricanes or crazy extreme weather. The only thing you have to worry about is flash floods, because water does not sink into the dirt or to the ground very easily. It just kind of sits there first. It sinks very slowly. Flash floods are actually an issue here. So are dust storms, but those aren't really that big of a deal. The weather's hot, yes, but it's never like you're going to get drenched this day. You have to worry about the weather. It doesn't get super, super cold in the winter. You do have to wear a jacket, but it doesn't get crazy.
Oh, that's what I'm fine with. I'm fine with coldness. I mean, of course, I'm not like freezing, but I want to go to Seattle. Its weather there is more than... it's definitely not a hot place. It's just... I don't even like... I live in North Carolina, and of course it's southern North Carolina, but... It's nothing like... if I say I can't do it here, I hate summer here. I would never be able to do Arizona even for like an hour and a half to drive. I think it's like an hour and a half if I wanted to drive through the entirety of it. I mean, then I'd be going through California, Oregon, Washington, but my road trip dream is to do all 50 states one day, or at least 48, and then ignore Alaska and Hawaii. But no, I don't like heat. A lot of people like, why would you move to Seattle? Why don't you just move to like Los Angeles or San Diego? I'm like, no, gross. First of all, if I move to Seattle, supposedly there's this, and not supposedly, it's pretty much confirmed that there's going to be an earthquake that'll pretty much destroy it and all the other stuff.
Oh.
It's like Portland, Vancouver, Seattle. What else? You don't know what Eugene is, but Eugene. All the northern California cities. Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're pretty much getting destroyed. One of the biggest earthquakes pretty much ever, and it's going to happen more than likely in the next 50 years. But I'm like, I'll survive. Like, I know it's like stupid, but I'm like, I'll survive. Well, because my thing is I'm a very paranoid person, and if I start to, because I'm pretty sure with earthquakes, especially big ones, you'll get mini earthquakes before and afterwards. I know the after one's called aftershock. I don't know what it's called before. As soon as like an earthquake of even like certain magnitude happens, I'm packing up all my important stuff and going to like 3 states over. I'm very like serious about that. Like I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to be there when it happens. And I would probably be one of those people. I'm like, I'm going back to help other people, but otherwise I don't like it. I don't like the feel. I would never want to be in an earthquake, especially knowingly being like, okay, it's coming, or even if it's not the big one and there's a whole bunch of earthquakes going on, like a smaller one, then it grows to a bigger one the next day or even the same day, I'm gonna leave. And I'd feel bad. I feel too... I want to go to Seattle. It's like my dream city, but I know there's a day I'm going to have to leave it, even for 3 days, and then come back, because I just don't... I don't want to put myself through it, even risk it. There's no way I'd do it. Of course, I'd have to drive really fast because traffic when everyone's leaving. Oh, and I didn't mention. Did you drive in Poland?
Oh no, because everything is manual.
Switched, but everything's like switched too, right? You drive on the right side.
No, I think that's just. No, it's not. I don't know which countries do that, but it's not Poland.
Oh.
I don't think
really?
Most countries are like that. I think it's just.
I know England does.
Yeah, I think they might be maybe not the only ones, but one of the few.
I thought that was like another one of those things where America's stupid and all the other countries drive on the other side, and it's just us who.
I like driving on the side where you're closer to the middle, because I can see where the other side of where the cars that are coming at me on the other side, I can see where they are and how close they are.
Oh.
So I like that. But I've never tried the other way. We should probably wrap this up.
How was food in Poland?
Oh,
really quickly before you stop, how was food in Poland?
Oh, it was great. Most of it was all like from the home. We didn't really go out and eat that much, so it was baked at home or what have you. I ate a lot of classic Polish dishes like the soup, the kielbasa, the gołąbki, the pierogi.
I know pierogi
that's just too Polish.
Too Polish. Oh my gosh.
That's a dessert, right?
No.
Pierogi or whatever you pronounce it. What? I thought it was like a bread
they're
or
like
a bun
dumplings.
Oh, I saw that.
something
Those
like
look
that.
good.
They are very
those on the
good.
show.
Oh my god.
I want some right now.
I was telling I forgot, Boo or someone was like saying like, do you have to have like tomatoes inside there? Like I didn't understand like whether Boo said that or I said that about having like a
tomatoes and dumplings.
You can have different things in there. You could usually
tomatoes, gross.
like potatoes. You can have kapusta. You can have. My mom made ones with strawberries before inside, so that was interesting. Yeah. Good food. I really want some now. Why'd you bring it up? Dang it.
You brought it up. Well, technically, you talked about the good food.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So that was my trip. Thank you, everyone, for listening to my 20 minutes. That was probably my longest. What have you been doing ever?
Part of it was me too. I was talking about all this stupid stuff.
I like it when people talk. I like converse. I don't want to just be yelling into a microphone. That's good. We were talking. Yes.
All right, now it is time to close off the podcast. All right. Let me get the ending information. All right. You can subscribe to us and rate us on iTunes. You can check out Mario Party Legacy at MarioPartyLegacy.com and the Lost Levels podcast at thelostlevels.MarioPartyLegacy.com. We also have a Tumblr. Check it out. It is thelostlevelspodcast.tumblr.com. We're not posting so much right now, but we promise you that we're going to be posting so much more. So if you see a little bear right now, just please bear with us, please. For moi, SpiderStaryu, I am SpiderStaryu everywhere on YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Nintendo Network, Google+. All those places, I am SpiderStaryu. Also, make sure you check out Mario Party Interactive 5. I'm updating stuff right now. As you guys know, it is mpifmpfs.mariopartylegacy.com. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
As for me, it's COMPETE on whatever it's called, Miiverse. And then, you already did my Tumblr is Guninja, and Lapis Your Pants for Steven Universe stuff. Yeah.
Okay, let me get my theme music going so I can
my.
Okay. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube, SuperZambezi. That's where I do my updates for Banjo-Kazooie Returns. I just put out a new trailer. Please go check that out. You can add me on Nintendo Network, SuperZambezi.
Oh my god!
I hate you.
Add me on Nintendo Network, SuperZambezi. You can play Smash with me. You got the power. And you can...
Oh my god. Cruise the world. Oh my god, you turned it off.
No, it's still going.
It's done.
It's dying. Okay. Well, yes, you can find me there.
Right.
And that is the end of our podcast. All right, thank you guys so much for listening to our lovely, bodacious podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed our Smash Brothers discussion and Essie's Poland adventures.
Yes.
All right, and we will see you guys next time, all right? So see you guys later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.